Here's Slippery Rock head coach Shawn Lutz, a 75-0 win over Clarion. You matched the second largest win margin in the modern era of Slippery Rock football. Total domination from the opening get-go tonight. Your thoughts on the team's performance?
Well, first and foremost, tonight was a special night because it's first responders and military appreciation night. So that means a lot to myself, to the community, to our football team. Just to be doing what we love to do and the freedoms we have today speaks volumes. So we wanted to come out at home, our last night game of the season, and do well. And it's really about us getting better, and we did that tonight. We got a lot of people playing time tonight, and it's tough to shut out opponents, so I'm happy for the defense. And we really scored a lot of points tonight. But we just got to continue to get better each and every week, because the grind's going to start coming up in the PSAC West, and we took care of business like we're supposed to against a young football team from Clarion.
And you mentioned a young football team. Clarion got a lot of new guys this year. They've dealt with some injuries and things like that, so maybe not the caliber of football program you're going to see over the next few weeks there. But talk about your defense's effort. So far on the year, you've played 5 games, you're 5-0. Your starting defensive unit has given up a total of 35 points. You got to be pleased with the way the defense is playing.
Yeah, Coach Rosanna and his staff, Coach Rosanna, I got to recognize Coach Hall, Coach Murray, Coach Ciccone. They're just doing a great job. We're swarming to the football. We're making a lot of plays. Run in, pass tonight, getting pressure on the quarterback. Gary Debian, he's really being a big-time performer. He had a great night tonight, and then the back end's doing a great job. But, the biggest thing I see is we're keeping people out of the end zone. Even when they're getting in the red zone in these other games, you can hold them a field goal or get stops. You're going to have a special team.
And on the offensive side of the ball, we've talked a little bit earlier on this year about how Andrew Kester's just getting more and more comfortable after really a long time without playing football for him, really the second week of the 2018 season. That was the last time he really played meaningful football. And almost 3 years later, 5 games in now, he had maybe the best performance of a Slippery Rock quarterback that we might have ever seen in the first half. 20 of 22, over 300 yards, 5 touchdowns, no picks, didn't play in the second half at all. Talk about what you've seen out of Andrew Kester over these first 5 weeks.
Wow, that was just the first half. Just think if he could have played in the second half. But I'm so proud of that guy, John. 3 years ago, he was our starter, has a season ending, and then he missed that season, and then Roland comes around and does his thing, and it's hard to stick through that. And you got to give that young man to face that type of adversity and the way he's come back. And last couple of weeks, he might be the hottest quarterback in Division II. 20 of 22, 5 touchdowns. He's got great weapons to throw it, but you really see him coming along. The first 2 games, Wayne State, East Stroudsburg, he was still trying to get a feel for it, and we're going to be hard to stop right now. And I know I'll even bring it up, Max Majeski. I knew that was the next question you're going to ask me, John, and the weapon he gives at tight end now. And, we knew what he could do. We saw it all camp, and then he has an injury, the last scrimmage we have going into the first game. Now he's back. It's just another weapon to add to the table. And I really like our 1-2 punch. I like what Chris Diorta did tonight, some of the big runs he had as well.
And you mentioned Max there. Just talk a little bit about how difficult it is to cover your receiving core now. Obviously, everybody knows Henry Litwin and Jermaine Wynn Jr., Sink-U Sweeting. Kyle Sheets is having an excellent season opposite Henry Litwin on the other outside. But now you add a 6'4" target that really catches the ball well and runs good routes in Max Majeski. How hard is it to cover those 5 guys?
Yeah, and Max tight end. So you hide him, and they're running the ball, and he sneaks out in the flats, and he runs a seam, and you get mismatches. Like, if they're going to cover other guys with coverage, if you can get a linebacker up on Max, I think he can beat him most of the time. So it just adds another mismatch to the explosive offense that we have. And, I think as long as we make good decisions, we're going to be really a hard offense to stop.
A couple more guys I want to mention on offense there. You've had some injuries and some issues at the running back position, so you moved a couple of defensive guys over to the running back spot. Devin Sims and Reese Watkins, who you burned his red shirt tonight, his first career game. He gets in there, he runs for 13 yards, his first carry, plowing over guys. He ends up your leading rusher tonight, over 50 yards rushing, only pretty much in the fourth quarter. Talk about those 2 guys and what it means to have the versatility of guys like those 2 guys.
Yeah, and like Devin Sims, man, he scored that touchdown. Everybody went crazy, and that's what I like about our football team. They play 60 minutes. The older guys were rallying the younger guys, and to see Devin have that success, and Reese, he could be a mismatch as well. You get it gets cold later in end of October, beginning of November, and you get a big running back, because he was a 3,000-yard rusher in high school. It's awesome to see that, and we know, we're going to need another, with Chris Moore out and Evan Holtz, we're going to need another guy, and I like what Devin Sims tonight, and really Reese is that big running back that's going to be hard to tackle in the open field.
And we'll get you out of here on this one here. You're 5-0 now. Did what you needed to do tonight. Next week, the schedule gets a little bit tougher. You got to go on the road to Edinboro. Homecoming up there, a feisty place to play, and a bunch of Slippery Rock guys on that staff now, former Slippery Rock players on that staff. You know they're going to be hungry to get their first game against Slippery Rock. Where's the mentality and the focus going into next week?
Just got to get better. I'm going to enjoy this just tonight, okay? And then tomorrow I'll start worrying and being nervous all week. You know, Edinboro, I have a lot of, Tony Papley, Jason Nixon, Keith Willis, the ex-Steeler. They're prideful, and they're going to want to beat our butts, and we just got to continue to get better. So it's every week it's going to be a new challenge for us, but we'll be ready to go.
Hey, 5-0, big win tonight. Congratulations, Coach Lutz.
Thank you so much, and go Rock.